I'm be treating y'all like
Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, work. There you go.
Forward!
Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, work. There you go.
Forward!
Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, work. There you go.
Forward!
Hard work, hard work, hard work.
fall in.
Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good this morning? Actually, this afternoon. You know what? When you do something for so long, over 22 days in a row, it becomes nature to you. But what's good? What's good this afternoon, this beautiful Sunday afternoon? Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Trey. Got my man Bishop. We on live. We live. Are this live? Is this live? Are we live? Of course
We
we live.
definitely live.
We getting
Definitely
ready.
live.
Y'all been sorry for the little delay. Had to set up, and there was a little Bishop messing up on the production end. I got him though.
Wow. Wow.
So
Really?
what we have here, of course, if y'all tuned in and paid attention, y'all know it's about to go down. We're that much closer. The National Military Basketball Tournament. We got the director, Mr. Mike Richardson, in here. He's been so gracious to allow us to have an opportunity to have the selection show for the National Military Basketball Tournament. So it all go down. Generally, what's good? But you got Coach Paris, you got Mr. Little, Coach Little, you got Mr. Richardson, a coach in his own right. What's good this morning or this afternoon, this evening, gentlemen? How y'all doing?
Feeling
Man,
good.
great.
Good.
Doing good. Ready to get this thing going.
Oh,
Look
what's
at
going on? What's going
What's
on?
good? What's good, Brandon? Glad to see you rocking with us in formation. It's a late formation, but that's okay. That means that
What's
after
good,
we
Brandon?
done, y'all can fall out and go do what y'all do. So we all know the reason and why we're here. Why we're here, of course, you got the National Military Basketball Tournament, and you get to see who is who and where they're at. So I have a question, Mr. Richards. I didn't get a chance to ask you the other day. I thought about it. When we look at your standings, like we know the standings, people say they're subjective. The standings for the National Military Basketball Tournament. I asked this question: does that standing, especially 1 through 16, does that give a precursor to who is going to be selected for the tournament for the most part? Is that a fair assumption, or is that not a fair assumption?
That is a very accurate assumption.
Okay, okay,
If you pretty much look at the rankings from last week, the 1 through 16, those are the top 16 teams. But you're going to see some things. You're going to see a couple changes.
mm-hmm.
Whereas if a team wasn't available, we simply go to the next team on the list. So that's pretty much how it's set up. But yeah, that's a pretty good assumption.
Okay. So of course, y'all, like I said, y'all knowing the reason why we're here. First and foremost, y'all know what this is: the 2023 National Military Basketball Tournament selection show about to go down. As we're about to get in to find out who is the top. And like I said, y'all can go take a look at the rankings if y'all feel like we're taking too long to give you that information, or y'all could just be easy, be cool,
Be patient. Just
be
wait.
patient. You know what
If
I'm
it
saying?
was
Act like
any other show, if it was Skip Bayless or Shannon or anybody else, y'all damn show wait. So let's wait for this one. Y'all just sit around, wait, and find
act,
out who's what.
Go
let's
treat
act
y'all like Chris Fowler.
yeah, let's
Yeah,
act
like
no,
Chris. Thank you. There you go. There you go, Rich.
bringing it back to more of a military aspect. Act like it's a manifest. Act like y'all
That
sit up
part,
and
man.
waiting to
Hurry
go
up
back
and wait.
home.
Hurry up and wait.
You see, you know,
Hurry up
saying
and
that
wait.
that hit home. It's a
Hurry
manifest.
up
You
and
guys,
wait.
you know, say, hey, y'all know 8 hours out, you got to post up. Just
Hurry up
hold
and
your
wait.
horses.
There you
Okay.
go. Hurry up and wait.
So, of course, you know, say first off, we want to make sure y'all get an understanding of what the National Military Basketball Tournament Committee is made of. Of course, Mr. Richardson, you can provide us with the inside information on these fine young gentlemen that y'all have as far as your committee and how y'all selected and put together.
As you see to the far left, you got one of our founding members, Mr. Dwayne Reed, who's also my boss. Then it's myself, other founding member who's on there with us today, Coach Carl Little. Then we have our committee members, Mr. Alonzo Higginson and Commander Michael Bonner.
Okay. So of course you said you see that is the committee when we talk about all the time. We talk about the committee. So you could afford give this committee the opportunity, or simply say they're the reason for your entry into this tournament, or maybe your entry not into the tournament. It depends on which way you want to go. You know what I'm saying? It's on that. So go on this, Coach Little.
Yep.
What was this an easy process selecting this year's field in your opinion?
I don't think it was an easy process. A lot of stuff goes into it, you know, and I think as it with every year, you got availability and teams that travel and, performance based, you know, and everybody's going to have a complaint, right? You can't please everyone. That's just like NCAA, teams that think they should get in, they don't get in, right? And they're not selected regardless of how many games that they win. You're looking at it now. You look at FAU, won 30-some games this year, but didn't have, it wasn't a consideration. So it's not like a bias. It's like your strength of schedule, who you're playing, what you're doing with your team. It's a lot of things that go into it. And I think, when people start to understand, like, when you're talking about the best of the best, it's not everybody get a trophy just because you're playing games. Like, who are you
Because
playing?
everybody's not the best, huh, Mr. Little?
There you go. Everybody's not the best. And everybody, you're not playing the best always either. So I think all of that goes into it. And I think people have to have an understanding of that. If you look at the model, when me and Dwayne founded this tournament, we kind of wanted to go like the NCAA, tournament. And you got to consider a lot of factors, strength of schedule and things of that nature. So it should be a great year. With the Armed Forces tournament coming up, Army hosting, so it should be a great year for the tournament. The coaches get out there, see some talent, some tough basketball competition.
Okay, Timo, I see you over there. You drinking water like you about to lace up, bro. What's going on, Coach Timo? What's good, man?
You on mute, sir. You on mute, Mr. T. Mr. T, you on mute. Take it off mute.
You're muted. You're muted.
You muted. Take it off
mic
mute.
on.
There you go.
Bad,
There you
my
go.
bad. Trying to work this technology. My bad.
Yeah, you get.
You said hydrate like you about to lace them up.
Hey man, I'm just trying to stay healthy. I'm down right now. Can't put on no pounds while I'm hurt.
I got you. I got you. Coach Ace, what's good with you being in the building? How you doing there, sir?
Benning, Georgia.
I'm good. I'm good, sir. Good, sir.
GA in the building. Stand
Yes,
up,
sir.
GA.
The 30 South.
Yeah, not the dirty. Not the dirty.
Down in the dirty South. That's how it goes.
It's dirty with a lot of rain and tornadoes right now. So
That's across the country, I believe.
Yeah.
So
let me ask y'all this quick question, right? So being that the tournament's about to start, right? What are y'all looking forward to the most outside of the competition? What are y'all looking forward to the most in this competition, in this tournament? Anybody can answer that. Let's start with Daniel Paris, Coach Paris. Let's start with you.
Besides the competition, I just enjoy getting down there because it's like a mecca, right? So you're gonna see a lot of guys that you haven't seen, maybe you see once a year. From a coach's point of view, is part of being a fan of the game too, as well, because I get to see a lot of teams that I might not see all season. So when I'm not playing, then I'm just sitting in the stands enjoying the atmosphere, and it's a real good atmosphere. It's usually a DJ down there. They got the food trucks out there, and it's just a real good time. It's stressful but relaxing at the same time, if that makes sense to you.
Okay. Coach Little?
The camaraderie, getting down there, seeing everyone, seeing good basketball. I miss military basketball. I haven't coached it in like 3-4 years now. It's about 4 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, I retired 3 years ago. So, yeah. It would be good to get down there and catch up with the old legends.
Okay, not the legends. He said the old legends.
He said the old legends.
The old legends.
Guys that some of the guys that I watched, play, they're kind of coaching now. What I mean? It's kind of like, okay, watching their careers, change and grow from a player to a coach now. I'm excited to see that.
Okay. Rich?
Wait, hold up for a second. RJ, what's good? All the way from across them waters. What's good, Coach RJ? What's going
good?
on,
What's good? How we doing?
What
fellas?
you mean across them waters? Where he at?
Hawaii, Oahu.
Oh, okay. All right.
Even though you see the flex behind him, see him.
Yeah, I
Coach,
see the little Georgia Bulldog flags
Yeah,
flying behind him
him
in the Atlanta Falcons. I see it.
Yes, sir.
I see it.
So go ahead, Bishop. Yo, you was getting ready to
No, I
question.
was just asking, just Mr. Rich, what he looking, the same question to pretty much everybody. Just want to hear what they looking forward to seeing in this tournament.
To echo pretty much what everyone has said, one of our goals was to always bring everyone together, unity. It's like a family reunion. It really is.
It
It's
looks
like a
like
family
it.
reunion.
It looks like it.
It's going to be an outstanding tournament. We brought out all the bells and whistles. Just get ready. I mean, we got food trucks. We're gonna be having beer sales. We doing it up. It's gonna be like a festival.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a nice atmosphere for
Okay.
the whole entire family. But
Nice.
just like everyone has said, it's good military basketball. This is without a doubt going to be the most competitive national we've had in recent memory.
Okay.
The teams are solid. The talent is going to be unreal. It's going to be lights out.
Nice.
It really is. Looking forward to it. Can't wait.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
So of course, what's going on, Coach Paul? What's going on? Glad to see you for basically with
You
this.
said go
this
across the screen, across the board.
Got screenshot it. So
That's
you know
what's
what, Bishop? I know there are people probably waiting to see. I don't. Maybe we don't want to.
Give him a little bit. Give him a little taste. Give him a little
just
taste.
to feel taste. All right.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you know
give
what? We give them what is already expected, because if you've been paying attention, everyone already knows who is most likely was going to be in. This particular team is going to be the number one overall seed. This particular team has held the number one spot for the whole year, ever since the first ranking week was published. This team has been holding it down. So you would think, of course, they're the winner of the Joe Hall Classic that was held. So this shouldn't be any. This shouldn't be surprised of this particular team holding on to the number one seed this year, top seed into the tournament. Of course, none other than
not them Fort Hood Phantom Warriors.
That's what it is. Coach Uriah, you know what I'm saying, holding it down. Gentlemen, Mr. Lido, Mr. Richardson, anyone speak on what is is this the norm? No, I'm just getting instituted too, because I didn't know anything about military basketball while I was in the military. So has this been the norm for a team to hold it down the whole year, or is this a little of an anomaly in this sense?
It's pretty much an anomaly. Normally doesn't happen like this. This is it's probably the first time since we've been holding the tournament that we've had a team go wire to wire. We've had some in the past. There was a year when Langley were like 28-1. They held the spot for a long time, but they didn't start at the top.
Okay.
This year is the first time that I've seen it to where a team actually held it from wire to wire. But I will say this. Also, it's never happened to where the team that started off number one finished up number one. So it's March Madness. It truly is March Madness in April, because hey, a prime example would be Coach Ace's team, Fort Benning. I mean, they're defending runner-up. You know, they came out of nowhere and shocked the world, and just, it is what it is. That's why the games are played on paper.
Right.
True that. Just like I'll be talking about how them Eagles, how Bishop talk about them Eagles, and then we see what happened at the end of the state. But in any case, keep it moving right along. Of course, just like he said, try to have that March Madness feel. So it's not necessarily going to be the top 1 through 1 seed everywhere, but you can see that in a sense. So of course, the number 2 seed overall, as we bring up the rear. There we have it. Joint base Langley Eustace, JBLE Raptors, coached by none other than Miss Jasmine Green. What brings this team in at the number 2 overall spot there, coach?
They've actually they have a solid program. I'm not going to say a team. They have a solid program. They're constantly top 5 year in, year out. This year so far, they're running through the WAMAC. They've pretty much went through there undefeated. Probably one of the toughest conferences out there, competitive wise. When you're talking about playing up there on that East Coast, they play a much physical game up there. But Langley is definitely one of those, and they sport probably one of the best rosters out there. They have a lot of probably more. It's kind of a joint-based thing there.
Okay.
You know, they got a lot of armed forces, Navy guys on that team. They got some armed forces, Air Force guys. They're a well-rounded squad.
Okay, shout out. That's of course. Shout out to Coach Green being there, but like she said, a program that's key. Like not just a team, but a program in that fact of the matter. Of course, we already had Haley. He's in there. He's already saying basically, you don't make a difference what's going on. Hawaii by 30. That's what it is.
Disrespectful. That's disrespectful, bro. 30 by 30?
By 30, you don't make a difference. So, okay, we'll keep that in mind. I plan to be in the building, so we're going to be able to see that. Up next, of course, the number 3 overall seed, where we could presume that they're going to be over a region amongst 3 other teams. For this 2023 third seed overall. Oh, wait, that's number 3. Correction. There we go. Fort Bragg, Team Fort Bragg, North Carolina in the building. What can we say about them, Coach? Why them as the 3 overall seed?
Team Bragg is again, Coach Powell. He does another. He's probably one of the best in the business that no one really talks about. He's one of the guys that he uses the most out of his talent. They're solid. They're rock solid as a team. The cohesiveness. They got a whole bunch of talent out there at Bragg, because it's probably one of the other larger post bases out there. So he's always got a lot of talent, and it's all about putting it together. They had a real solid showing with their true roster during the Capital Classic. They finished as the runner-up of this year's Capital Classic.
I completely lost my train of thought. I was just about to say some Bishop, but in any case, it'll probably come back to me. So we see number 1, the Phantom Warriors; 2, Langley Raptors; 3, Team Fort Bragg. So to bring an end to the close to see where we're at currently with these top seeds, these number 1 seeds that's going to be holding it down for their particular regions. We get to talk to regions. If I had my machine, I'd do a drum roll, please, but no need for it because one of their coaches is already in the building at the number 4. Wait, I know what I was about to say. Pause for the cause. Coach Mike, what turned the tide? Because Fort Bragg was number 2 for the majority of the season. Was they or were they not?
They were, but they've been idle since then. I think they played this weekend. They actually played this weekend in the Battle for the Badges down there in the Atlanta area. So I don't know what the actual results are from that, but I think Langley kind of earned a right to get in there because they continue winning and they finished. They went through the whole WAMAC undefeated.
Okay, so is that key going forth for teams to potentially, just like anything else, the scheduling of how they play, especially as an independent. An independent has a way to control who they play, when they play, how they play for the most part. Is that something to look forward to when it comes down to the tournament going forth?
Yes, sir. I agree 100%. When you're independent, you free to go out and play whoever you want to play. One thing those independent teams do. They play a lot of community colleges, a lot of JUCOs. They play a lot of semi-pro teams. Prime example, Coach RJ out there, they're on the island. I mean, they don't get to play anybody stateside, so they play who they got in Hawaii. So to stay busy, you got to stay active.
Okay.
You can't just go out there and just be like, hey, not play for months at a time and expect to hold your spot.
Okay, got it. Start to fall down the standings. So of course, the number 4 overall seed, as we get away to say, no more ado, in which we have the Luke Air Force Base Thunderbolts Pac West in the building. Coach Paris Daniel. I know he's on the line. Coach Mike, before we get to speaking to Coach Daniel, what can you say about the Luke Air Force Base of the Thunderbolts?
Luke is another one of those teams that I will say just don't have a team. They have a program. Coach Paris, he's built that program from scratch, and to be able to consistently be one of the top best teams out there, especially they've been running the Pac West for a while now. So they won the NBA Finals a couple years ago. So solid program. They got some solid players down there, but one thing that Coach Paris does do is he grows the talent. He grows the talent. He coaches what he has. He doesn't go out there and do a lot of recruiting. It's pretty much what's at Luke. That's what he cultivates.
Mm-hmm. So, Coach Paris, number 4 overall seed. Were you fine with that? Would you had not been a number 4 seed and been in the kind of like in the shadows, even though your program speaks for itself from what Coach Richardson's saying, or do you think you should have been a little higher? What's your take on it?
No, I'm fine with that. I'm fine. I know Rich and those guys, they got, the committee, they have a way that they go about ranking and stacking teams. So yeah, I'm completely cool with being number 4. We just ready to get down there and compete. I just bring my Luke dudes and we're gonna come there and do what we have to do. We haven't had the success at nationals that we wanted to have. Every year I've been in nationals, I'm telling Rich this, we've lost the first game to the team that ended up winning the championship. So, I don't know if that's just luck of the draw or whatever it is, right? So that's what we've been up against. But we just gonna come there and do what we do at Luke, which is come and leave it all out there on the floor. Like I said, it'd just be me and my Luke guys, and we look forward to competing.
That's what's up. Sound like he ready. Sound like he got his boys ready.
Miami has come back and taken the lead over Texas.
Miami has won. It's out of
16 seconds left. They up 4.
4 seconds left. They up 6. It's a wrap.
Oh yeah. See, well,
that's it.
I wonder how any of that is going to crash. See, it's setting a precedent kind of like Bishop. So when you look at it, I wonder like, is what we're going to be looking to see in come that championship game night, where we're going to see a little back and forth between the team or something like that, them hard fought teams. But of course, we know 4 teams that have already have quote unquote punched their ticket. They got the invite. They accepted the invite. Let's start to get into some of these areas to where we can see who is going to be playing in the certain pools. So, of course, first up, we have in the East Division, we have number 1 joint base Langley Eustis Raptors holding it down for the WayMac. They're going to be the number 1 seed. Of course, they have Fort Benning Yellow Jackets. That's Coach Ace. Hawaii Elite, interestingly enough, on the line today. And Camp Pendleton Rings as we have it. So this is what we're looking at. We have 2 of those 4 coaches that's currently on the line right now. Gentlemen, what do you feel like with this matchup in your pool play? Basically, y'all fighting for the top 2 spots, if I can stand correctly. Are y'all ready for that, Coach RJ, Coach Ace? What's good? Talk to us.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I guess looking at the region now with us being number 3, I'm guessing we'll play against Fort Benning. That's what it's looking like. 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3. So yeah, that's definitely something we're looking forward to. I don't really know where in the rankings we sit at, but at least seeing the regions now, I know who we're going to be playing against. So I'm definitely looking forward to playing against Ace and Fort Benning.
You muted, Coach Little.
No, I'm just talking to myself.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, Coach Ace, is it Coach Ace drop off?
Yes,
he's still there. All right, Coach
sure.
Ace. Yes,
sir. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. Heard a lot about a Hawaii Elite. Been tracking. Hey, we're coming. Kind of like like Luke. Everybody lock, stock, and barrel from Fort Benning. We coming deep plus 3. So tie up your shoelaces.
Tie up your shoelaces. It is what it is, man.
Yes, sir.
It is what it is.
So of course we see that in the East. Next region up, the Southeast region. Team Bragg leading that the charge on that. Of course, you had Herbert Field Commandos, the Colorado Military Basketball Team, and then Cannon Air Force Base. Was there anything, Coach Little, Coach Richardson? Was there anything put behind matching up these teams in their brackets? What was exactly? I guess in general, what was the mindset when you was looking at putting together these teams in these brackets?
So what we try to do is a lot like the NCAA does it.
Mm-hmm.
We took the top 16 teams, obviously that were available, and then of course the top 4 seeds became the 1 seeds in each region.
Okay.
And then after that, the next 4 were all 2 seeds. The next 4 out of that was the 3 seeds, and the final 4 teams were 4 seeds.
Okay.
And then the scheduling piece. Here's a 3-game guarantee, so you play everybody in your pool. So everybody in that region will play each other, and the top 2 from each region will advance to the single elimination. And as we broke it down to where did we send each team, we wanted teams to play teams they don't normally play all the time.
Yeah.
So they can see somebody new. So that is.
Hey, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Hey, can you show that first slide again, please?
Which one? The first region?
The first, yeah. Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah, that's and
I'm
what
good,
you're going
I'm
to
good.
see later is after we show the regions, you're going to actually see the schedules.
Okay, got it.
What time everybody plays for each region. You'll see the times and locations for all the games.
Got it.
But yeah, the scheduling piece was try to get away, try to give teams opportunity to play teams they don't normally see.
Mm-hmm.
When you got a big conference like the CMAC, where they got pretty much a whole southeastern seaboard there, it's quite a few teams from that area that they see all the time. So we wanted to put those folks up against somebody from the west, move some folks from the west to the east, and gives those folks from the southwest to the midwest.
So, in other words, Mr. Richardson, it sounds like y'all was trying to find the right matchups to make for an outstanding game throughout this tournament.
Yes, sir.
And can I chime in on that?
Go ahead,
Mike?
Mr. Little. Yeah, please.
I think that's important, man.
It is.
Going into a tournament like this is to try to play someone, you really haven't seen, to really test your team. You know what I mean? I'm reading some of the comments. It's funny. Because we started this tournament in 2009, and I swear we've seen some of the same things back then before social media was popping off. It was the same type of emails, compared to who playing and who not, and then people get here and they lose. They go 1-2 barbecue. That was before we had three-game guarantee with double elimination. You come 1-2, you out of here, quick. And it was like, man, I thought they had a tough team. It's different. Now you traveling. You traveling, you got to make sure your guys get there. It's a lot of different factors that go into, these teams coming there, and they look good because they perform well. But then when they got to travel and everybody backing out on you 2 days before you got to leave, now your team coming with 8-9 guys. Now, not every program is like that, but I've seen that happen. A team that we thinking, man, this team is a powerhouse. They've been good all year. Now they show up with 8-9 guys that ain't really like a rotation, and then they lose. So I think you just got to, let a lot of things play out and, see where you go from there.
I like it. Makes sense.
So of course, continue on. Let me see. To what you talk about, damn NBA YMCA. So, oh man, hold up, trying to get my screen back. So continue on. Get back to the brand. All right. Next up, the next region, of course, that being the Midwest region. You see Fort Hood Phantom Warriors, Fort Carson Mountaineers, the Eastern North Carolina Military Basketball Team, and then Fort Gordon Eagles. Anything interested in this bracket? Was this hard putting this together, or are these some good matchups, or is Fort Polk as the number one? No, Fort Hood. I'm sorry, Fort Hood as the number one seed. Are they just gonna run them up 3-0? in the region? What can y'all tell us about this region?
It's gonna be tough.
Okay.
That's a tough bracket, boy.
That is a tough region as well. Everybody got to look at that East. That East region is super tough. You got four potential champions in there.
Mm.
And this Midwest region, again, Fort Hood, Fort Carson, they've been, these teams see each other quite a bit, but most of the time they see each other like in finals for championships. So East North Carolina military basketball, that's Marines out of Lejeune. Jelani Nix is coaching that squad. We all know the Marines. They're going to bring it no matter what. And, of course, probably the sleeper team in this region, I think is Fort Gordon. A lot of people are kind of overlooking these guys. And these guys, they got a solid squad.
Okay, let me see. I was trying to make sure I get something else in there. Go ahead. I think Bishop, did you have a question? I was trying to find this thing.
No, somebody, James Lewis said, how did y'all decide the pool? Like, how did y'all come up with who was in?
They just answered it.
Oh, did he just say that?
Yeah, I just answered that a while ago.
Okay, cool.
We wanted to set teams up that don't normally see each other.
Got you. Got you.
So the only ones that kind of stood in a region of where they were from were the 1 seeds.
Okay. Tracking.
Okay, let me go cancel all this right quick. And then going on to the last one, which we can talk about. So give you a little time to put in the schedules. Is the Western Division, of course. Y'all see it right there. It's up. Western Division being Luke Air Force Base, as we already knew. JBSA, Lackland Warhawks, Elgin Air Force Eagles, and then last but not least, addition to the Fort Worth JRB Aviators. What can we say about this this particular pool, Mr. Richardson?
This one's a toss up. This one's going to be a lot of I can foresee a lot of trash talking going on in this region. Because they are
Coach Hollins over there. He got his head shaking up and down. Vigorously. He's like,
this is going to be an exciting region as well.
Like, this is about to be it.
It's about to be some matchups. That's going to be we just try to get the matchup that people wanted to see. We didn't want to see a whole bunch of blowouts or anything like that. Everybody's going to strap it up and everybody's going to bring it. And the good thing about it, a lot of everyone would get an opportunity to play at the Chaparral Fitness Center, where all the games at the Chaparral Fitness Center will be live streamed by Hero Sports.
Okay.
So, these marquee matchups, a lot of marquee matchups are going to be live streamed for everybody to see.
What do y'all think? The West looks like it depends on who travels the best, even though Lackland's at home.
Lackland does have that home court advantage, home
They
court
do.
field. Is that going to make a difference? Where's Coach Collins at?
Coach Collins, he right.
Coach Hollins.
Hollins, yeah, he was right there a second ago, shaking his head up north and south vigorously. People wanted to see CMB versus who? They just wanted to see that West region. So it sounds to me it's a consensus that everybody has something to say about each region.
Rubbing his head.
So I see. But this is the thing, though, Trey. Everybody has. That's what barbecue chicken alert. But that's like every region. Everybody has something to say about each region. However, they said the first region was the YMCA region, and which was kind of by Randall Haley, he claimed it was the YMCA region, but everybody has something to say about each region, so it's no bums invited. Okay.
Well, you got the coaches on. Man.
Yeah. That's what, and I'm just listening. It's like no bums invited. I'm checking. Tough tournament feel. I see you. And some people hating that Timo ain't playing.
So let me ask this question, coaches, y'all on, Mr. Richardson, Mr. Little, who is
Don't do it.
No,
Don't do it.
what, bro? I just
the favorite?
No, I'm not going to even say who's your favorite. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to even say that who's the favorite. Who, even though that's going to come later. But right now, who is FAU in this tournament right now? Who's FAU?
The sleeper.
Mm-hmm.
The sleeper team. Who's going to be that team to be the sleeper?
I think it's hard. Me personally, I think it's hard to tell because, like I said before in my earlier comments, it's going to depend on who travels. So, I mean,
Roger that.
now we can say that now we 30 days, almost 30 days out, 30 days more out right now. You know, so I think it's kind of hard on paper. It seemed like a team that has, you know, done so good all year, like a Fort Hood. Fort Hood's been loaded for a long time now. You know, they got 10,000 soldiers there. So, you know, they're going to be, Fort Hood has been loaded for a long time. You know what I mean? They've been loaded a long time. Now, I think they would be okay with travel, you know, because of the drive and they ain't, you know, a couple hours down the road.
Yeah.
I can see that. But the thing is, you know, allowing guys to get 2 free agents. You don't know what free agents.
That part.
Ooh.
2 free agents, you know, can come out of nowhere. Now, here's the thing I will say. You can sign a free agent, but that chemistry, man, like if you ain't practicing with this guy or, you know, how your teams perform, like that's why I never, like, I'm a competitive person, right? So I don't care who you come to the tournament with. Like, I'm not going to argue. Like, you can bring whoever you want. I still think my team is going to beat you because we've been playing together the whole year, right? So I think the chemistry is going to be key in that. Free agents is cool. Like, if you got a guy that's okay with coming in and fitting into what you're already trying to do, but can get buckets, that's cool, right? But if you bring a team, you know, just a bunch of teams that's just coming together, it can mess up your chemistry. In a tournament like this now, in a tournament like this, it can mess up because it's even across the board because every team got an opportunity to pick up 2 free agents, right? So,
as my man Bishop would say, that part.
Yeah.
So get on your grind. So if you ain't in, you know, if you ain't in that 16, like, and you trying to play, get on your grind and find a coach that'll take you. A lot of coaches though, that if they got their teams already, they might not pick up a free agent because they believe in the teams that they done coached all year and the work that they didn't put in all year. You know, some teams just don't travel well or don't have enough of guy drop off. So I think a lot of you know, the things would, you know, come into play. You know, we'll see. So I think it's hard. I see once we start seeing these rosters, and you know, I think then you can start putting up. You can start.
The look on Coach Richardson. Look when he says rosters. We talking about rosters.
Rosters.
Of course, they're gonna say talking. We happen to be talking about rosters. Coach Wayne enters the building. Can't mess with Wayne Gaines' chemistry. So of course is going to be that. So with the free agents, like you said, ideally, and then I think something that Coach Litt was talking about, which came to mind is you might. I mean, you pick up these 2 free agents to fill out the roster, but like you said, if you have chemistry, like I think we talked about before, some coaches like to go with what they know best, and if you're cooking in your chemistry that you already have, maybe that free agent doesn't get no burn, and now you start to have a little animosity of individuals and stuff like that. So, Coach Litt, in your day, or would you pick up a free agent or have a free agent on your roster, or are you staying with your regular team?
It depends. Like if I'm traveling, I'm a believe in my guys first. Now, if I lose a guy that can't, you know, travel or what have you, then, you know, then so be it. You know, I played in this tournament with Lackland when we first started, and I coached in it when with the Fort Benning team. I was it 2011, somewhat way back in the day. You know, so, and we travel with 8-9 guys. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 10. Because as you're saying, it's like, okay, what you believe in, you know, do you believe in what you built, you know, or not? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't think you got no talent, you don't have enough talent on your team, then, you know, I know as a player, right? Players that's looking at that, guys that's spending money, that's going to hotel, you know, traveling with you, buying their hotels, playing they travel, are they going to be okay with you bringing a free agent in? If they cool with that, then cool. You know what I'm saying? It just depends. But I know a lot of teams as players would not be, especially if they paying their money to fly to the tournament and they ain't playing. That's just the generation of players that we're living in now. Like, that's just the facts, right? But it is what it is. Would I pick up a free agent? Like I said, it depends on the situation. If I got my 10 or 12 or how many guys that I done coached all year, and I know they're going to be dogs because, hell, I'm a dog. So I know my team going to be one. You know, just look at what Army is. You know, the legacy continues, you know. So just look at that, just what you believe in. If you believe in your squad and you believe in the work that you put in all year and you trust that those guys going to go out and do that, then you don't need one.
So, Coach RJ, situation a little bit different from you. Now, I don't know what y'all sponsorship budget is like traveling across the waters. So it's a little bit different from y'all, which can be expected. Like, you may be one of the people that's looking to pick up 2 free agents in the States that's already there. What is your take on it? And I know you haven't been on what are quote unquote conversation of the state of military basketball, but now you are a team in the NMBT. Coming from Hawaii, is your full team going to be coming from Hawaii potentially, or did you take advantage of the ability to pick up 2 free agents?
Okay, so no matter what, when it comes to military basketball and rules or whatever the case may be, out here in Hawaii, it's a different exception. I'm saying exception of policy comes into effect because we're in the middle of the Pacific, right? So traveling all the way to San Antonio can be a logistical hazard sometimes, depending on if there's exercises going on or wherever the case may be. So with that, I talked to my team first. Hey, how many do we have? So, we had this tournament out here that the Marines hosted. Camp Pendleton came out here, which, I'm glad that they came. It gave us another look, at things. But we're gonna pick up a free agent. I'm not gonna lie. When I came to tournaments last year, I played within the tournament rules. So we're gonna pick up mainly because I can't get more than maybe 6 guys to travel, to a tournament. And something like the Nationals, if you come with 6 guys, you're not gonna have enough. You got to come with at least 8 to 10 guys who can play. So when I found out that you could get 2 free agents, honestly, I didn't have to call. People started hitting me up. Hey, this is what's going on. Do you have a spot? So we had a team meeting actually yesterday. I talked to my guys, and some of the guys have played with these guys that we're talking about picking up. So it was kind of a win-win situation when you're talking about, have you not played with a guy before, things like that. These guys that we're thinking about picking up have played together before. So it's a good look, for us.
Okay, and you say you say that thinking about picking up, that those are inclusive words. Have you not confirmed who you are or who you aren't picking up yet as free agents? Are you still waiting to see if there's going to be some calls? Like, what goes into that process for you?
So I would tell you, I mean, it's, everybody talks. So, we have a guy that hasn't been playing for about 2 months now. We picked him up. It's no secret. We picked him up. He's running with Hawaii. Okay. Now I have another guy at JBLM. Okay. We didn't know if he was going to be a free agent or not. There's been talk back and forth about JBLM having a team, not having a team, whatever the case may be. So I found out the other day that they consider them a actual team. So he'll be my other free agent, so yes, we've had talks. I've had more guys come in, but this meeting just happened yesterday. So I can confirm one will be playing with us. The other one is still, up in the air.
Pending. Okay. My question for you, Coach RJ, is this: I'm assuming you're the furthest team traveled, correct? Out of all the ones that
I believe so. Yes.
Do you feel that is a disadvantage for you coming into this tournament? We've already heard Mr. Little talk about it. We heard Mr. Richardson talk about it. We've heard everybody on this panel. But you as a coach, do you feel like you're coming into this tournament with a disadvantage, being that you have the furthest to travel, time change, all of those situations that plays a huge factor for you going into this tournament? How do you feel about that in your chances?
It's hard, yes, I can tell you that. But that's the main reason why we're going to arrive 2 days early. We're leaving Tuesday.
Okay.
We're leaving Tuesday. I knew looking at the rankings that we would get an invite. We were like 5, and then I know after losing to Pendleton, we were gonna drop. But I told my guys, hey, we're gonna drop, but I think we're still gonna get an invite. So the guys that can afford it, the guys that are actually here and not at Pacific Pathways, because Pendleton, we had guys at Pacific Pathways, so we were missing guys then. But I'm bringing 8 Hawaii guys, 8 guys that are in Hawaii have purchased their tickets as of yesterday and are traveling. So we understand the time change. That's why we're leaving Tuesday to get there Wednesday.
Got you.
No, that's coaching. That's coaching.
That's coaching. That's a part of it.
Doing this work. Doing this work. So
that's part of it.
Let's transition over to the person that has the most advantage at this point, being in his own backyard. Coach Hollins, what's good? What is it like for you, for this most part, being able to play in your own backyard? They ain't got to really do too much. Free agents, you picking up any free agents? Or are you just kicking this strictly pure roster?
No, it's definitely a good advantage to have. I'm happy now to come to a tournament not with just 6 players. I'm actually going to have a full roster, so that's going to be something nice to have, a nice little advantage. We are picking up 2 free agents, so be on the lookout for that. I ain't gonna say too much more for that. So y'all will see them.
Say less.
Say less.
But other than that, man, we're just prepping. I mean, we got some games coming up just to kind of get ready for nationals. But right now, we're just kind of holding in on the stuff that we need to work on, and then we're gonna be ready.
Okay. So what I was going to say is, because I hear a lot of conversation and talking about these 6 players, but if I know it's a different time, because I do remember, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Richardson, y'all's tournament has been won by 6 players strictly. Am I right? I'm just saying. I'm just gonna say. I'm not trying to stir no pots or anything. I'm just saying that from what I've heard in the last couple of weeks, the tournament has been won with 6 players.
That is a fact.
Wow.
But it was a different time. I do get it was a different
6
time.
Avengers.
We ain't doing that.
6 Avengers. 6 killers.
Yeah, that's right.
Old school killers that came in, played with each other. They did what it take to win. You know, I mean,
That is.
and then after that tournament, that's when we had to change the rules. But I ain't gonna. That's a long conversation.
Yeah, I'm tracking.
Okay,
I was witness to it the other day. That's why I was like looking at Tebow. He's like, "Yo," and then I even see Ali jumped in, and he had something like later on. So it was very entertaining to see it because like that. But
them wasn't regular 6 guys though. Them wasn't regular 6 guys though. Okay.
I feel like we talk about North Texas. I mean North, like we talk about it, like Coach RJ said, the 6 Avengers, as Bartley said, he's talked about it. So he was very confident in who they brought and who they had. So that's a definitely a show for a whole nother time to get all 6 of them on, to be reminiscent and you hear people that faced off against them to say this is what it was. But I heard it would be different against where's Wayne at? Wayne gang against them would be a different story as they were saying, but that's something else. But it was one with 6 players. But like you said, that was a whole different type of game. So what I hear now is that wouldn't be remotely possible now. Is that what I'm hearing? Is no one close to to rival that on a pure roster?
Ain't nobody coming with 6 guys though, is it?
No, I'm just saying in general.
Oh,
like no one's doing that outside. No pure team is just doing that. Or we ain't got. There's no that talent, that known talent that we'll beat those. We beat their tails same way. So not right now. There's no one's team has that on their installation right now, at least knowingly, because I'm very sure some people that's not playing on teams that's probably can go.
Well, I think the biggest thing, Trey, is the fact of the matter is these 2 free agents. See, the thing is these 2 free agents that these teams are allowed to have is somewhat a
game changers.
Thank you, sleepers, people that because a lot of only the coaches know, may and some other people may know. Even you just heard from Coach Hollins himself. He said, "I got 2, and I ain't finna tell you who these 2 are." So those 2 individuals could be key, intricate parts of that team to make one team way better than what people had expected coming into this tournament. So a team that may be ranked number 4 Now, prior to the 2 free agents, could possibly be a higher ranked team with these 2 special free agents.
Now,
Just
let,
don't
let
know.
me piggyback and caveat to that.
Okay.
As I see a couple comments,
That point.
for instance, like why isn't Fort Campbell in, or why certain teams are not in? Which y'all have to understand too. Now, we only took 16 teams out of 70 plus. So the key is when you talk about those free agents, guess what? Every team that's not in the tournament, their rosters are free agents.
Mm.
So you're talking about 60 plus teams out there. If you go say 15 players per team, there's some killers out there available. So that's what makes this tournament a little bit better.
I think it go back to what you're saying, even to the coaching aspect, because it's something which I heard. For me, what I heard is everyone's roster is available, is open for the ones who aren't playing those teams, and so ideally, some people are going to go after probably who are the better players on that team. But the hidden jewels is in what you need to fill in the rest of your squad. It might be a player who really don't get no burn, but you've been checking like I like his game, and you pick him up and he fits perfectly on your team. So of course that goes into the coaching aspect of it, and being able to pull the right ones, like what I hear what Coach RJ is doing. Like he said, right now, you know what I'm saying? So yes, these is who I'm looking at, but it might be someone else, you know what I'm saying? Per scouting, some people talking and pulling some people in. So I'm definitely going to be looking forward to seeing it and being able to witness it and see what all the talk about is about the NMBT. So let me see. Let's get into this so we can start to see who knows what their matchups are and what's going forth. So I'm not sure what wait, let me see what this comment is. Okay, that's not let me see. All right, going in. Let's pull it up. Is this one? Which one is this? Oh, the Western region. So
The West region, this is the West region's schedule.
okay.
So there are 3 games they'll play. You know, each pool has 4 teams, so that means you play your 3 games against everybody in your pool. Top 2 will advance. So keep in mind you got that Lackland-Eglin matchup at the Shap at 12 noon.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got that Eglin-Luke matchup at 1600 at the Shap.
Mm-hmm.
And Fort Worth and Lackland at 2000 at the Shap. Those games in blue, those highlighted in blue are at the Chaparral. Those in gray are at the Warhawk Fitness Center. Those that are in blue will be live streamed.
Okay. Prime time game.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Okay, getting in. So you see it there first and foremost. Lackland, as well as Luke. Got their coaches in. We got the sidelines going on in the comments. Let's go to the next one where we going at. Let me see. What's this? The East region.
The East region considered by many as probably the toughest region. Right off the bat, you got that 10 o'clock game, JBLE and Camp Pendleton at the Shap. And then you got the primetime matchup with Hawaii Elite and Langley at 6 o'clock at the Shap. And then Camp Pendleton and Fort Benning locking horns at the Shap on Saturday morning. So this one, this particular region, oh man, it's gonna be hard. I find it kind of hard to see somebody coming out of the East region 3-0. I just, for some reason, I think this region's gonna come down to point differential.
Okay.
Because
so no one's going undefeated in this region, in the East region.
If I'm a bet man, I just don't think it's gonna happen.
Okay.
It's that competitive. That East is tough. You know, they might all come out 2-1 for all I know.
Okay.
It's very possible.
All right, we're going on switching the next region, Southeast region.
Southeast region. This is where we got Fort Bragg, Herbert Field, currently undefeated in the CMAC. They lost?
Yeah, they lost.
Oh, well, they're still the champions right now.
They're not the champions.
Well, they're the leaders.
Don't get ahead of yourself, Mike.
Hey,
Hey,
I think they're the only one with one loss. Everybody else got more than one loss, right?
Yeah, we got two.
Yep, there you go. and I think they did they beat y'all head to head?
Don't call them champions though.
He say, don't call them champions. Don't call it a comeback.
Well, they in here as a 2 seed, so they the champions of the CMAC right now. But they're playing Colorado Military Basketball. That's going to be quite the matchup right there. Because a lot of people probably don't know what Colorado Military Basketball is coming with. But that's another tough region. It's going to be very competitive. But there you see the schedules there.
Okay. And then last but not least, of course, the Midwest region.
The Midwest, you got another solid 4 teams in this pool. Friday starting off at 8:00 in the morning, right off the chute. The first game to be live streamed will be Fort Hood and Fort Gordon. Then we'll have Saturday, East North Carolina Military Basketball Lejeune and Fort Gordon at 10. And then, of course, everybody's probably going to see that matchup on Saturday at 1400. That'll be Fort Hood and Fort Carson, 1 versus 2.
In any case, that is just will be just the pools.
That's just the pool play.
When it really gets to the nitty-gritty is when it gets to this
part.
particular one.
Yeah, there we go. There you go.
Yeah, so the top two teams out of each region will be placed in this bracket in the quarterfinals. So you see the area with the white boxes. If you lose the game in the white boxes, you are eliminated. The winners will go on to the semifinals where you are awarded a +1 game. So the losers will drop down to game 7 that you see down in the bottom. They will play at 12 noon on Sunday for the 3rd place finish. But before that, at 10 o'clock will be the inaugural All-Star game.
Okay. So in that inaugural All-Star game, real quick, and then we come back to this to finish up. In that inaugural All-Star game, how exactly is that going to go for the viewers who haven't heard before, or if you have came with any changes per the last conversation we had?
Well, we changed it because, Timo and everybody else. So what I'm going to do is Thursday night. Thursday night, we have the coaches meeting as well as the officials meeting. After that meeting goes on, we talk about the rules and all that good stuff, and the officials tell you their part.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to leave the room. We're going to let the coaches in there select 24 guys. And all I need is when they come out of the room, just give me their list of the 24 guys, and we're going to make it happen from there.
Okay. Timo, see what happened. Change, all about change. You was a change agent. Everyone that was on the call that day.
Hey, he listened to the people.
So going back, like you said, going back to this. So there's going to be the game before the 3rd place finish game. There'll be the All-Stars to play, minus possibly the people that are playing in. Is it in both the games, minus the players playing in the championship and the 3rd place game, or just the championship game?
Yes. Actually, what we're looking at is because we've got 16 teams, so we're looking at 2 guys from each team. That's 32 players. Mm-hmm. So we're obviously just not counting the 8 players that are competing in the Final 4, but I don't want to leave them out there because someone may want to play. I mean, those that's playing the 3rd place game might want to play in that All-Star game, but I will leave that up to them.
Mm-hmm. A whole lot going on for that particular day. Let me get this. Go back. A whole lot going on that weekend is going to be a lit weekend. Bishop, I look forward to being there, sir. You
That's
live
what they
there.
playing for.
Oh, there we go. Wait, hold up. Let me give you another one. You muted, Bishop. Bishop, you muted.
My bad. Who walking away with that right there, though? Who is walking away? Look at that. Okay. All right now. All right.
Who was the winner?
Here.
Who was the winner last year? Was it Final Warrior?
Yes.
Okay.
And we see who are the all-star coaches. The all-star coaches will be the losing coaches from the quarterfinal round. So they will get the pair up and each take a team.
It makes you wonder: is there anything going into? Do you want to be the coach of the inaugural All-Star game, or do you want to be in the championship?
No,
game
you trying to get to that ring, bro. You trying to get to that ring. That's all. The ring is where it's at. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to get to the ring.
Don't mean a thing if you.
Coach Al said, "Where the hats at?" We have the hats.
So there, y'all have it. Of course, y'all know
what weekend is this?
The last weekend in April, I believe.
Oh, right after we come back, kind of, sort of. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So there, y'all have it.
Like that, Coach Al.
There you go, white.
Except
Ice
2022 hat, it'll be 2023.
Oh, okay.
Ice white hat. Ice white
hat. Yes, it looks good when you got a championship, ring and all of that. It kind of looks good
to be put it on with the ring.
Yeah, it kind of gives you that ambiance of a look. I get it.
So of course, there you have it. Y'all know what it is. Y'all sitting in here. You see who got invited 1 through 16. You see where 1 through 16 is placed. You see potentially you can be a player on 1 through 16 if your team didn't get invited. So there's a whole type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? Look forward to it.
Y'all see my comment?
Right? Yeah. I see it, Coach RJ. So you're saying currently with the armed forces, the black and gold currently hold the court. So it's just a thing. Oh, what was the conversation? RJ's here. What was that conversation we was having the other day? Mike, when Ryan was on here, which you can confirm or deny that.
Oh no, that was actually RJ wouldn't know the answer to that.
Oh, he wouldn't. Okay.
I was trying to call Coach Little.
Okay. It was Coach Little you was trying to call.
What was the question?
That's when Ron put out some false information.
Wow.
He was out there pumping out fake news because he was sipping that yak.
I'm not sipping the yak. He wasn't sipping the yak, was he? No, he wasn't sipping the yak. Stop.
So, but what happened was what we were talking about was Coach Little. As I don't know if how many of y'all pretty much know that, but he got his start in the Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to go as a member of the All Air Force team. So while he was enlisted, then he commissioned and went blue to green and basically took the blueprint that the Air Force laid down and took it to the Army and perfected it. And they've pretty much been on top ever since. That's the real story.
It was a little tweak,
RJ looking like okay.
I think no, seriously. The one thing that used to always separate the Air Force is to get the academy guys. So when I was blessed to take over, the All Army team, that was something that I wanted to be consistent, right? And it's tough to get Army officers, man, like lieutenants. That's one of the toughest, guys to get, because once they get to that duty station, the commander's not trying to hear you're going to be gone for 30 days.
Yeah.
And you're a platoon leader or whatever you are at that time. So You know, it was a lot of work behind the scenes. Hey, Jason, it's gonna be a while. The row is running the show.
The row.
No.
The row is running the show. Like it don't matter who.
Yeah, someone said no.
He had 1 year off. You know, but you know, we back now. I was glad that Ron was able.
Yeah, that was Jason. He said,
Yeah, that was Jason.
Ron was able to.
You got any gold medals?
Y'all is petty.
They're being petty today, boy.
Hey, did Ron not tell Timo the other day, gold first? He cut Timo off.
Yeah, he cut Timo. He did. He did.
Gold medals talking. I was like, oh, wow.
Oh, Jason said he can speak to. He claimed the fame. He got to go, so he good.
Is that true? I mean, he
Gold
said
talking. He said basically he said like Ron Barley said, goes talking. Timo was like, oh, okay, you know what? When we get off the show, I'll be talking again.
That part.
So, it definitely has been a show, gentlemen. Of course, I don't want to hold y'all too much longer. I greatly appreciate this opportunity. Y'all got a chance to witness it here first. Y'all see what the field is going to be now. All y'all got to do. Oh, wait, I'm seeing Ollie's name. Where's Ollie at? Oh, there you go.
Well, ranking shakeup pending conference Turner results.
No, from what the handshake
schedule out.
Yeah, we don't have nothing to do with. We don't have nothing to do with the conferences.
Okay.
Heard it there. There it is.
We're our own independent tournament.
So obviously, I've been seeing conversation before we cut y'all loose and everything. Obviously, we've seen a lot of conversation in referencing to the conferences basically not being done. I know I seen one question was the CUSMLB wasn't their champion wasn't in there. Of course, that might make a difference because it's paid upon the tournaments. Is there anything potentially in the works to even one for the conferences to schedule prior to, so that way they can be done by the time the voting goes on? Or the voting be pushed back a little bit to give our opportunity for everyone to finish their season potentially?
I can answer that real quick.
Yes,
actually, we have I guess we have the CUSMBL leader.
Okay.
Because they're not done yet with Colorado military basketballs in first, I think.
Okay.
I think they're their leaders in the CUSMBL. So I think that's
okay. I see. Roger. I see. Coach Al made the conference saying basically the regular season champion versus the conference champion. I'm tracking. Gotcha.
And can I real quick?
Yes,
Mike?
go ahead. Yes, sir.
Hey, so I think doing it this weekend here, trying to kind of putting the schedule out, it allows teams to plan, right? You want to make sure that your guys can. If they tickets or whatever they need to do, it allows teams to plan whatever finances you need to do to get ready. Like it enables that in order to get the best players there. That was one of the things that we wanted to do. We're gonna have the all service coaches will always be there, and guys get discovered that way. It's a young man on here right now that was able to get the All Air Force from that tournament in Timo. Like he was playing with Maxwell and he was killing, and the coach was there and saw him and he got him an invite from that. So our goal is always to get the best players there to be seen, to have that opportunity, because not all branches can operate like Army, Air Force, or whatever you do and get out and go to different tournaments and see guys in person so you can see how they fit, right? So this is the tournament that the all service coaches get paid for. They get put them on TDY. When I was the Army coach, we got TDY to come there, watch the tournament, see guys in person. Now that tournament either help or hurt you. You know what I mean? So, you could be good. I would go to Capital Classic and you was killing, and you come to this tournament and you sorry because we got NCAA officials down here calling it, with NCAA rules, the same type of officials you're going to see at the Armed Forces tournament. Now your game changes, right? So, it's always been about getting the best players here, to compete against each other and to, get these guys looks and things of that nature, as well as crowning a national champion.
Okay, and you know what? That's the key. It's a good thing you say that, Mike. The type of officiating I got going on, what is that going to be like?
Oh, we have actually as soon as I finish this call, I got to jump on their Zoom call with their to have an initial meeting. But we have all Division One officiating staffs. 16 different Division One conferences will be represented. So bringing in 12 top-notch D1 officials, and meanwhile, they're also looking to become armed forces officials. So they're displaying their talents. We're going to have not only the armed forces coaches, but the armed forces sports brass, if you will, because they're going to be out there, taking notes as well and kind of seeing how we do things that they can take with them out to when they host armed forces.
Okay.
So yes, the officials are top notch, all D1 guys. Few of them, probably like 4 of them, actually did this NCAA tournament. So it's a big deal. You're going to have top notch professional officials.
Okay. You know what? I think that's enough said. Everyone, it's definitely a situation where I'm very sure if as I keep on here, I keep hearing that this is going to be one of the best ones of yet. It remains to be seen, of course, when you get down there. If people show up, or do we have a couple of who was the number 1 seeds that left that got bounced out early? Some Purdue's in there where we see somebody and then we get a Purdue-esque showing. Or what I'm saying, it's military basketball. It's nothing better than the armed forces athlete for the most part. So I don't expect to see any of that. Gentlemen, before we get up out here, any last words you got? The floor is yours. Feel free to speak.
I got one thing. So first, Trey, you and Bishop gonna be in the building, right?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely, man. Are you really?
Do I need to set up a table for y'all or what?
Hey, do it. Hey, if you can do it, make it happen, man. I'm there. I don't know. That's right around the corner for me.
Oh, we can do it.
I'm right around the corner.
We can do it.
I don't know if my co-host gonna come and make it down here or not.
I'll be down there.
Mike, he's still trying to get basketballs for out there.
I told you I'm a free agent too, so I'm about to have to go down there and see if I can get a job in San Antonio, so I can leave for a poke alone. No, but yeah, I'm there. I'll be there. I'll be down there.
Hey Trey, if you don't have no basketballs by then, but when you leave, I'll make sure that you leave with some basketballs, okay? Because I gotta get to the
before we get up out here, Coach Uriah, what's good?
Look who came on the set.
You know what? He's flexing. That's flexing because it's like the champion is in the building. The reigning champion is in the building.
You know, Warnoff is always late to formation, man.
He's flexing. Yeah.
What's good, Coach Uriah? What's going on?
Not bad, man. I was sitting here in the house watching the UT game with my wife, man. I lost track of time, so I'll be completely honest, man. I apologize.
No problem. So quick, we about to get out here real quick, Coach Uriah. I'll give you a chance to speak. Number 1 overall seed in the tournament. I'm very sure if you haven't got a chance, you hear about who y'all facing up against. What's your expectations? Of course, I know what your expectations are, but let's hear from you. What's the expectation?
All right.
I'm excited. I'm glad the guys. Obviously, we got the at-large bid coming down to the Joe Hall tournament, but I'm always excited for Fort Hood to be, coming down supporting Texas events. Excited to have the invite. I mean, the guys are stoked. They're just finishing up their intramural playoffs on post. So I mean, we're gonna get these guys in the gym next month and get them back to work. Excited for the opportunity to compete against these coaches online, man. It's some very familiar faces. And I look forward to playing these guys, man. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, man. Always a party when you get to San Antonio and you get all of these coaches and all of these players down there together. So I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. Coaches, any other coaches, anything last thing before we get ready to get up out of here?
I got something to say. So I just want to say my preparation tournament this year is a little different.
Okay.
As I'm temporarily holding the coaching position here at Eglin. So this will be my 6th year attending nationals. I just want to give all the coaches, show y'all my respect, my appreciation for all the hard work y'all doing. I know a lot of it goes unnoticed. Not everybody knows the hours that y'all putting in the gym, man. We don't get paid for none of this. So I let y'all know. I appreciate y'all. My hats off to y'all. Best luck to y'all at the tournament.
So, Timo, are you quote unquote the rookie coach this year?
I guess so. It might be some more out there, but I'm an interim coach.
You got the interim right now. You hold an interim.
That's key word, interim coach.
See, like I said, inclusive words.
Yes.
And now that I got that out the way, Paris, Marcus, we're gonna bust y'all ass.
There you go. I was waiting for it.
You must be picking up some real good free agents. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. If we being 100 with it, that's what you're doing. So I don't know who the hell we is, but they might. Yeah. We're gonna keep it a band. If we keep it a band, I'll tell you what. You bring yours, I'll bring mine. You bring yours, I'll bring mine. You bring yours, I'll bring mine.
Hey, Trey.
Here you go.
Yes, sir.
Listen,
hey, Trey.
Just because y'all got
when do they lock up again? Edwin and Luke. They play what?
Because that's the game. That's gonna be the game.
Go to the West region.
West region, yeah.
Second game.
Oh, that's 1600. That's 1600 game. That's 1600 game. 1600 game.
Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Now, I know Timo used to being a player, right? But typically as coaches, this sort of not the type of thing we do. Because see, when you're a coach, you're at a different level, right? That's that player sort of thing.
That's that rookie coach.
That's that fraternity thing. See, coaches, you don't see none of us acting like that, right? That's coaching shit, right?
Y'all gotta take money.
Right now, you being a player. Yeah, see, right now
he said that, Coach Daniel. I think that's why he added the word interim. He wanted
to know. See, so right now he's showing a rookie coach, right? You see, you don't see nobody else doing that. RJ, Uriah, Shaka Smart. I know CL, the GOAT wouldn't do that. See that's rookie stuff right there.
Let me chime in. It depends on who you are, but I might would have said it to some people. I'll tell you this, man. When it came to me and Mike, now I've been knowing Mike since 2007. Mike, we was TIs together. Me and Mike would talk noise to each other every day going to the Armed Forces tournament because I knew I was gonna beat them. Like I wasn't worried. I was never worried. I was never worried about the Air Force. Like. Not when it came to the championship. All
right, Coach, you're going too far now, Coach. You're going too far.
I'm just saying, right?
Pull it back a little bit, Coach.
Simple, right? But during that week of the tournament, like this guy, I've been knowing for a long time, but the week of the tournament, we would not talk to each other.
Right.
Like we don't exist. You know what I'm saying? That's how serious it was. But we would talk noise. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if I didn't know you, if I wasn't close to you, then I'm gonna be professional. But we know each other. I'm gonna talk a little bit of noise to you leading up to you.
That's facts.
Just a little bit, just to see if I can get under your skin.
Where your head at?
See where your head at. Can I get a little bit under your skin? But in a forum like this, probably wouldn't do that. Right? Not in a forum like this.
Where everyone watching, everyone listening, everyone now bullying the material. That's all it is.
Well, now Timo, they basically put a target on his back. That's what he did. He put a target on his back.
Or he basically talked that talk and finna walk it. One of the two.
Hey,
we gonna see.
All I'm saying is Uriah went back, put his ring on.
Yeah.
Did he? Is that what he did?
I had to bring out the hardware, man. Had to bring it out.
He had to bring out the hardware. Look at that. Wayne happy. Look, Wayne happy about what Timo said. He said, "I'm making me proud." Like they got people backing up Timo over here.
And you know what? The only person that's sitting steadfast is RJ. RJ is like, you know what? Like talking. Let's get
he said, "I'm
playing his ball." Let's go say on the court. I ain't gonna do that talking.
Hey,
he got a lot of jet lag. You got to get over.
That part too. That part too.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, I'm hot because we lost to Pendleton last week.
Yeah,
So
I see that.
honestly,
And Coach
yeah.
Anderson got in the comments with the side eye. So it's like,
yeah. So I can't say a whole lot because we lost this past. Usually I talk when
Right.
somebody put me online about armed forces this year. I guaranteed Army was gonna win. I said it a month before. So right now I just got whooped. So I'm gonna keep silent until we show up down in San Antonio.
That's what's up.
Mm.
That's what's
That
up.
part.
I like that part.
Man,
that
I love-
part. I like it.
I like these brackets, man. The brackets look good.
you like your chances, Coach?
Oh,
I
you like
asked-
your
we asked the
look at
question-
Coach. You're right. Look. He really liking that. Look.
Is that
I love it. I think
is that a
I
3-0,
think
Coach? Is that a 3-0?
the setup is clean. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be an easy game either way. I mean, I like it. I get to play one of my former players in Fort Gordon first game. I love it. Javon Tinker. Then we get Carson, ENC. I mean, I love this. I mean, this is great.
It's definitely gonna be interesting. I'm definitely gonna be there. I gotta see this firsthand.
I'm there with you, brother. I definitely gonna be there.
Whoa.
So let me see. But of course, like I said, any other coaches that's want to get anything, I want to make sure everyone gets an opportunity to speak before we get up out of here. Let's say their piece is getting ready to go down. Just a little over 30 days, a little less than 30 days.
Yes, it is.
Put me on 16 and see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something a little controversial.
Go ahead, Coach Lou.
All right, start it up.
He ain't been on it about 2 years, so
it's been a long time. This might be a little controversial, right? So I hear a couple comments that I heard earlier that I just let go for a minute is about pure rosters, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna shout out to all the bases that can support pure rosters, right? Because not every base is privileged to that. You understand what I mean? So I understand, if you got a pure roster, and that's what they call a pure roster, that means this person is at that duty station.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I feel, right? Like if your pure roster is, if you coming out as Fort Benning, I'd say Fort Benning because I coach Fort Benning. Your guys at Fort Benning, that's my definition of pure roster. Like when you saying, like say for instance, the Marine, East North Carolina, military basketball. That means hell in my eyes, if I'm looking at it, you can take any Marines in East North Carolina. You understand what I'm saying? So to me, that I don't think that's a pure roster. That means you got the whole damn state to choose from. You understand what I'm saying? But you just so that to me, that's not a pure base team. You understand what I'm saying? So now you're seeing a lot of base teams stop supporting base sports, right? And post sports. They stopped that. Back when I was playing, I played for Lackland, I played for Fort Sill, base, and I was overseas a long time. But those post and base supported sports where they paid for guys to go, they pay entry fees. Even when I was coaching for it, Benning, they pay entry fees, pay for one tournament full. Hey, give you a little per diem, give you a van, put you in stuff like that. Teams don't do that anymore, right? So to me, if a team if I'm Ace and he at Fort Benning and you got to play East North Carolina Marines, damn, you paying the whole state of North Carolina. That might be Camp Lejeune. That might be Camp Lejeune, Cherry Point, any Marines that stationed in that whole state. Even though they not stationed at, you ain't playing Camp Lejeune, right? So there you go. Some teams don't allow them to use. That's what I was saying, Al. Some teams don't allow that anymore, right? So, but that also with that means you got a wider range to choose from. You understand what I'm saying? So similar to Oklahoma City military basketball, Colorado military basketball, it's just different teams. Is the landscape of MWR has changed, right? So with change, everybody got to evolve.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? That's gonna happen, right? Like with the bases not allowing, bases not supporting teams and things of that nature, things got to evolve. At the end of the day, it's always been about the military athlete. Period. That's who it's about. It's not about nobody's ego. It's not about none of that. It's about those guys that are playing the game. They're paying money. They paying for hotels. They doing all that stuff to come out of pocket because they just want to play. You understand what I'm saying? They want to play. So if some way the next season or whatever we can do, just let guys play like throughout the year. Throughout the year, let them play. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? Because some people may be stationed at remote bases and different things of that nature. Just try to get it to a point where it's back to being about the athlete, the soldier, the airman, you know what I'm saying? All of the service members. Make it be about them and cut the politics and the bullshit out on everybody's part, man. And let's just find a way to make it about the service members and basketball and the morale again, because a lot of negative stuff that these guys could be doing, but they're not. And they trying to, they invested in themselves, really paying and got to pay for hotels, travel, doing that things. A lot of these guys have family and all that stuff like that. It's got to be about the military athlete, man, going forward. So whatever needs to be done to drop the egos and all that stuff to make it about them. And let's just try to, going forward throughout, right? Whatever happens, shit happens, right? A lot of people agree to disagree on a lot of things. I get it. But at the end of the day, it has always got to be about the military athlete, man, and making things better for them. And you got to evolve. You got to change. Like, things are changing. People change. Like, the game has changed. The support is changing. Mike is doing a good job of trying to work with MWR to try to get some support back. You know what I mean? Like, if you are at a base that supports, man, you blessed. You blessed, man. Because if you're not, it's a lot of guys that pay every single game just to play. You understand what I'm saying? So let's get back. Let's get it to that. If you can't get full support or whatever like that, let's just try to make it to where it's about the military athlete, bro. Like, from the beginning now, not just when you're trying to get in my tournament. You're not just that time, just from the beginning all the way through. Let's try to sync it to where things match up and to where guys are working with each other and all of that nature like that. Now, like I said, we're going to agree. We're going to disagree on some things. That's just life. That's just how things go in life, man. Everybody ain't going to agree. Everybody going to have difference of opinions. That's why you got different tournaments out here that's on the civilian side too. Just difference, man. Everybody disagree on certain things. But at the end of the day, I think it should be about the military athlete, going forward. This is good, man. This is the things that I miss about military basketball, the camaraderie, the talking, seeing guys like, I tell some of the guys that I coach, college players, like, y'all don't understand grind. You don't understand the love of the game because everything is provided for you now. Imagine you paying to go play somewhere all the time, and the grind that you putting in after you done work 14, 15 hours and you still going to practice, or you up like Ace had when he was at Fort Carson, 5 o'clock in the morning, getting guys off work. This is the thing this man was doing when he coaching post basketball, getting the commanders to sign off a practice doing PT. You understand what I'm saying? That's the thing. Like, that's love, and that's taking care of the military athlete. Hey, I know you got a family, man. Let me see if I can take care of you. And coach, we practice during your PT hours. I'll make sure you get your running in, you're doing all that stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying? Working with different people. Like, man, people coming in and out of those MWR slots, younger people coming in, some people in MWR that don't know nothing about sports and probably don't give a damn about sports. But it takes guys that's been there and done it to try to change the narrative on that. You know what I mean? Because that's a big morale booster. And that helps with retention in the military too, man. That helps with retention and recruiting when you have programs like that can help, retain and keep the morale down and keeping guys out of trouble and keeping them dealing with something positive, man. So y'all guys are keeping it going. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to seeing all of y'all, whatever y'all can do. Sometimes I'm busy and sometimes, I'm not able to get on and talk and stuff like that. Whatever I can do to support you guys going forward, getting the word out. I'll be down at the Final Four. I always talk about military basketball as coaches that's in the NCAA, D1, D2, whatever. They always ask me, yo, who the next Bernard James? You know what I mean? Who got the best players? So, and I always tell them about the different tournaments and you guys and the work that you guys are putting in. And it's a lot more coaches that's in NCAA D1 with service that really didn't know the military basketball has grown to this part. You know, so I'm glad that it's growing. I hope it keeps growing, and let's continue to do what we can to improve.
Greatly. Well, clear enough. Y'all see all the shout-outs and stuff like that. They said Coach Little was on one, sit up and giving the sermon for the day. It's Sunday, so why
The
would
right
you
reference,
expect less?
Scale Little.
So, anyone else before we get up out of here want to make sure, or is that a drop the mic? Is that all? Is that enough said? Coach Ace, RJ.
I'm
right.
good. I'll see y'all in San Antonio.
That's what it is. So that's what
Nope.
he ain't shaving till to get the dub. So of course we greatly appreciate you rocking with us. Y'all know what it is. First Formation Morning Sports Talk, but it was the afternoon. It'll make it, we get it in any time of day, anytime we called upon, we there. Like the armed forces just called us, we're there. Y'all know where to find us every morning, Monday through Friday, 09 to 1100 hours Central Standard Time. And that's the wrap. It's your boy Trey. My man Bishop fell off, but y'all can see us. Y'all check us tomorrow morning. We get to talk about some of the things that happen in NBA, maybe a little NFL talk. You know, I'm gonna always rib about the Philadelphia Eagles, San Fran in the building, Lakers in the building. Before you say it, Coach Paris or Coach Uriah, don't do that.
Chi-Town, stand up.
Y'all caught that fade today.
In any case, greatly appreciate it. Glad to have all the coaches, Coach Richardson, Coach Little, all the coaches on today talking to NMBT. Y'all seen the? I'm very sure he's going to put it up. Y'all can go check it out at the at their social media sites, and y'all enjoy y'all night. It's been great. It's been a pleasure. I'm out of here. Peace.
Peace.